Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Heyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. It's kind of like my therapy. I gotta get things out of my head. It found a long time ago when you get stuff out of your head, it kind of takes the power from it. Especially if it's scary stuff, and I got scary stuff. I know there's plenty of people in the life that don't have scary stuff going on. You don't know how to deal with stuff that's scary. So one of the things that I like to do here is I like to share the scary stuff that I get to go through, and maybe when you have scary stuff that you have going on in your life, maybe some of the things that I can offer can help you get through your scary stuff too. Whole world's turned upside down. Most of the people don't know about it, and the few that people do, I mean, we're so few in numbers. Really, the only thing that is going to help change the world in the way I want to see it is freaking acts of God. Really. Because people, they've had plenty of opportunity to make heaven on earth. They just don't want to. They want to leave that. They want to live that incarnation where they can get as much stuff, and he who has the most stuff wins. I'm getting pretty frustrated. Went out this morning, drove all the way up to Cuesta. It's about 25 miles north of here. There's a place, trailer up there for sale. Got up there, I was like, alright, it'll do. Call the real estate agent. You know, she gave me the number of actually before this happened, let me take a step back. I went to there's only like 3 real estate agents in the whole town of Taos, New Mexico, and this place is just like, you know, it don't look good when the office is moved so that temporarily, because that's what these businesses did. They took all their COVID money and they're helping themselves. They're not helping people in their community. They're not helping people around them. They're making stuffs more cush. That's what people are conditioned to do. Help yourself and don't help anybody else. Just help yourself and everybody else's life. That's their problem, and they signed up for this life, so don't help anybody else get into a better way. Just help yourself. So he said, well, title companies are about 6 months behind. Guess there's only 2 title companies in the town, and they're 6 months behind getting anything done. So I'm just like, I don't even know what to do. I'm just beside myself. So on my way up to Cuesta, I saw a guy I know, and he says he knows some people. You know, that's the only way you can get anything done, man, is word of mouth. You know, boots on the ground. Businesses, organizations, I've been talking for years, man. Your rules and regulations are freaking regulating people out of freaking security and comfort, and people need to learn to circumvent, go around. There's always workarounds, man. There's always ways that people can help people. They don't want to, and that's another hard lesson I've been learning the last few days. Got my feelings hurt yesterday. Mom, we didn't go to the park day before yesterday because it was too hot. So yesterday I was like, Mom, let's go out and go to the park, and went to the park, and I just, people you think that you're becoming friends with, I'm just not. People don't want to know me. People don't want to know Mom. People don't want to know us. And then I go through life and I'm like, why do I live? Why do I exist? So I let people go because they don't want to know me. I started breaking down crying on the phone to the real estate. I'm like, when I wasn't even the real estate agent. It was my friend that I thought I was safe with. After I went to the real estate agent, I was on the way home and I saw a guy. I thought he was my friend, so I picked him up and gave him a ride. He said he was going back to the park, and I thought I was in a safe space, and I just was letting loose. I was venting. And he said, why don't you just go ahead and let me out at the corner here? I said, okay. see, I just don't know how to live life anymore. And I could fake it for years. I could fake it. I could pretend. I could watch people, how they act, and to get the things that they need in life. I could do that. And then people became so uncomfortable within themselves that they want everybody else around them to act certain ways. And then I don't act the way that people want me to act. So they just don't want to know me, but what are some people like me supposed to do, you know? Hey, I would be glad, hey, any place, I don't care where, I just don't want to move anymore. And we only got 6 months, and they're saying it's taken 6 months just to get title companies to, you know, and they can only even have the loan for 60 days, so then you got to start over. I'm just like, where's the consequence for people being fucking retarded and they can't even do their jobs, you know? Where's the consequence of that? I always did my job. And people don't do their job anymore, and people need places to live, and what are we supposed to do? I honestly don't know what. And then I drive through town and I see all these people that have multiple properties and several houses all over the United States, and they got their big old fifth wheel trailers and their big old stupid trucks, and they just get to live here and they get to live here. I'm like, I don't want to live all over the place. I just want to live in one place. You know, I don't want all this stuff that all these people have to have so that they can prove to the rest of the world that they're a decent person. I don't want that. So next I'm going to drive out and talk to a woman that has a bunch of trailers. And to see if something comes up, you know. I'm trying not to panic. I'm trying. You know, I think about my life. You know, I was afraid of everything. I was so scared. I didn't want to talk to people because I was afraid they made fun of me because of how I spoke. And then when I did speak, guess what? They'd make fun of me. And it's just, I always just tried to be happy in life, but people that feel bad about themselves, they just like to take it out on me. They always have. I'm not even making it up, man. I'm not even like, poor me, but it makes it hard for people to just a little piece of crap, just to keep us out of the sun and keep us out of the snow. And why I can't make it happen is really frustrating. And I'm really tired of all these spiritualists going around. All you have to do is manifest the best version of your life. And I'm like, oh, okay, are you manifesting the best version of your life? Or is your fucking husband taking care of you? Because most of that's the case. Or sometime you had somebody to do something to take care of you. So you got that foundation, you got that baseline, right? You got that security. Well, some of us, we haven't had somebody take care of us our whole fucking lives, right? And now the world is full of cliques, just full of cliques and clubs. You're welcome into it. You're welcome into it. You're not welcome into it. You don't play the role. You don't fit the part. You're not going to go along with how I want you to be. Now I'm 48 years old, and I'm tired of having to try to figure stuff out. I don't even got the energy anymore, you know? I'm just hanging on, trying to take care of Mom and the dogs and the cats, you know? I'm just trying to hang on. Everybody's like, oh, we care. Oh, we care. There's this nonprofit and that nonprofit, and we're here to help, and we're here to help that person, and we're here to help. It's like, no, you're not. You want to get donations so you can buy your freaking your cars with your freaking nonprofit logo on it, and you can buy your house, because you got to live in a house, but it's a tax write-off because it's for the business, and if you do work out of the office, then it's for the business. And it's just, all these people have created society where it's just, if you cheat and you lie, you succeed, and if you don't, you fall through the cracks of society. When Mom and I had to leave Oregon back in October 2020, I was putting stuff out there, just please help us. I was begging. I was putting on social, just begging people to help. Look, we need a place, just begging. And you know what I found out? People don't care. Yeah, people don't care. People care more about rescuing dogs than they do people. They don't care, I did a GoFundMe, I think, and I had money, I just was trying to put the word out, and that we needed, and nobody, people just would look at my posts and, oh, that's too bad, oh, that must really suck, and that's it, and then I see other people that, like they're going through hard times, and their friends are posting on their behalf. Oh, she's such a good person. They just had a hard spot in life, and they just need help. So let's just all rally behind you and help them. And here's the fucking community, right, for them. I've never been afforded the same. That's one of the things that has troubled me my whole life. Is I just wanted to be treated like everybody else. It doesn't matter if I'm a good person. I just want to be treated like everybody else. And I come from an environment where my parents treated me different because, my dad didn't like me because I was his mistake. And so he always treated me like shit. And I never wanted to be born to begin with. And people that say that people, we ask for the lives that we get, I think that's bullshit. I think it's complete and utter bullshit. I think that's controller speak. To make people feel bad, because it's like, well, I could make my life how I want it. What's wrong with you that you can't? Oh, well, the deck of cards is stacked. That's why. And then it's like, your people. It's like when I took a psychology course, they would talk about how, you go after relationships that are somewhat modeled after a relationship that you have with your parents, right? Well, I never really, I didn't have that solid foundation when I was a kid. Never. So, but my brother and I, we were kind of tight. And so I think that's what I did is I went to, that personality, because I always dated people that nothing I did was ever good enough. They're always trying to change me this way and change me that way, and that's what my brother has always done, and now he just cut me and Mom out of his life because it's just easier for he and his family to have a good life without us in it. Because I begged him to help us so that we could move closer to him and be around my nieces growing up, because they're young, well, 7, and when people don't want you around, it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot, because I've seen how people treat people that they want around. I've seen it, man. I was just like, man, people really go out of their way when they like somebody, when they care about somebody. They really, really go out. And I've seen people in my family do it for other family members, but I was my father's mistake. So my foundation is built on things, on a structure that I've pieced from here and from here and from here, just to give myself some stability, so that whatever life comes and knocks me off my footing,
you know, maybe there's some foundation there that's sturdy enough so that I can stand back up again. But I'm really tired of standing up. You know, I think about, God, I just want to give up. I want to give up. And then I'm like, what does that look like? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's like to give up. But I want to. I'm really struggling. And I have been for a long time. And people just watch, you know. Heck, I don't even get comments on my videos, you know. I think I've had 8 views in the last 48 hours. I mean, really, why bother, you know? Maybe if all of us that really don't matter on this world, if we just freaking slid away off to obscurity, then maybe all you freaking people that are trying to control the world and make it how you want it for yourself, yeah, maybe that'd make them happier, eh? That'd make them happier. I was just listening to a talk by, what's her name? Lady DeCoveney, whatever her name is. And she was talking about how, you know, there's all these people living this experiential life to, just have that experience for ego. Just live for ego. Just do what you want and don't think about anybody else and all that. And, you know, for the first time, up to the beginning, for years, I never understood why people were so ugly to each other. And then as I get older, I'm like, I get why they're so ugly to each other. It's because they hurt so bad. And I'm getting to the point that I hurt so bad that I'm just like, maybe there's not a point of return. Maybe this is as good as the quality of life that I'm ever gonna be at. Maybe this is it. And maybe it's just this whole existence is just me just traveling around trying to find a place that matches the inside of the home that I feel in my heart, you know. And I really implore people not to don't say stuff like, not to me anyway, you know, home is where your heart is. And I'm like, dude, have you ever fucking had to haul your own water? You know, I mean, people that haven't it's so easy for people to comment on stuff that haven't fucking ever, like, been through any serious trauma. You never had a flat tire. You never had, you know, your life was never in danger where what you do is gonna either potentially save or end your own life. And, you know, all these people live in this la world, and I just think it's the time that they get their opportunity to see what it's feel like for the rest of us, you know. Everyone's going around talking about, I'm an empath. No, you're not an empath. You're empathetic. There's a different. People like empaths, if you're standing next to somebody and you can feel their freaking physical pain, you know, and if there's something that empaths like me, I can't not try to help. I can't not try to make somebody feel better just because that's who I am. And I think people freaking like to watch people suffer. I really do. And because I don't like to watch people suffer, I don't understand what that's like. But I learned a long time ago that freaking not everybody is like me. So I can't think that they're going to act and behave the way that I act and behave, because, I mean, look around. Most people don't even care enough about themselves to even go for a walk or eat a salad. You know it? And people that don't take care of themselves, they don't give a crap about anybody else. They don't. Unless it's a superficial, manipulative kind of thing. You know? You know? Like, how many people are in relationships right now? How many men and women, women and women, men and men, you know? Well, it's more of a hetero thing, I think. It's not really, because like how many I've seen so many people get involved. They're attracted to each other, so they fuck, and she gets knocked up, and then they decide later they don't like each other. Yeah, but they're gonna stay miserable with one another, just so they can keep that together, and then the kid grows up watching two people that hate each other, treat each other terribly, and then they learned, oh, that's how you treat people that you care about? You're just awful and ugly to them, right? And then the cycle continues. I freaking ticked some people off today, you know, because where was it? Let me find it. People, there's no accountability. Yeah. I think this system in this country is gross because they're I mean, you got all the you can do the fucking chuck, get knocked up, you know. One of the greatest responsibility a human being could have is to be a parent, and yet you have all these people that were never raised around kids, you know, barely know how they're made, but they just know if you put parts in parts, it feels good, and that's all that they care about, right? Is feeling good. You know, never mind that the consequence of your actions is the greatest responsibility of any human on this planet, is to take care and provide for another life. You know? But people don't think like that. It's just all about feeling good and what's it called? What's the word? I'm gonna call it this talk. Fuck. Boy, I tell you, man, if technology was consistent. Hedonist. The hedonist. That's what the planet is full of is the hedonist. And the hedonist engaged in the pursuit of pleasure, sensuality, self-indulgent. And that is why the whole world is the way that it is because more than 50.1% of the population of the planet is seeking external gratification for things that can only be gratified internally. Right? Right? And that's what's happening. That's what we see. That's why we're going to get the world we get, because millionaires got to have more millions. And poor people got to be poorer in their mind, because to the mind of a bureaucrat and millionaires, us poor people, we don't matter. We don't matter. We don't matter in their minds. And for people to not matter in other people's mind, they have no position being in the positions that they're at, of authority that they're in. And, well, things are going to get gross. Because it's not, dude, human nature is not evolving into a place where things are getting better for everyone collectively. It's not doing that. It's devolving. It's going backwards. So, yeah, I tick these people off. Man, it's easy to do. There ain't no kind of accountability at all. So it says, the Post said, Albuquerque police investigate homicide. Another homicide. It's every day. There's like probably 10 homicides in Albuquerque. There's only 2.5 million people in the whole state. How are you raising your kids? As I said, that's what people get fired up. People don't teach their children emotional control in this state. Funny how there is such little respect in regard to health. Maybe if they care less about red or green chilies and more about being a decent person. Nah, not in New Mexico. Everyone lives in grandma's house. They don't need to be self-supporting. Someone else will do it for them. That's why this keeps happening. Yeah, they didn't like that. How do you know? How do you know how they're raising their kids? Well, when I see little freaking toddlers in $200 shoes and little Air Jordans, and you just give them everything they want, you know, and you're driving, you know, you got $1,000 phone, you know, all these people that freaking, you know, being poor, man, if you know how to work the system, you can be like freaking, man, you can really freaking rape the system. That's the thing, I'm not a shyster, you know. That's the karma that I learned a long time ago, is you can't be a shyster and you can't cheat, because that cheating, it'll come back to you. You're going to get cheated if you're a cheater. This I know to be true. This I know to be true. You cheat people, you're going to get cheated. So I've been trying to live the honest way, you know. Stop drinking. I try to stop living in a way that it's just things are just comfortable and easy for me. That's not the way to live. This world isn't just about me, even though I'm the one that's perceiving this incarnation. It's not just about me. You know, people that I come across, it's about them too. You know, and if there's ways that I can help them achieve their dreams and get to where they want to be, I'd be glad to help them. But that's the thing, is people are so one-sided. Yeah, I'm willing to help people if they're willing to help me. You know, help me, I'll help you. I'll help you if you help me. It doesn't even matter who goes first. But you got all these people, it's just a one-sided existence. They want everybody to do for them without anything in return. And those are usually the people that say, oh, you keep track. I don't, people like you keep track. Yeah, I keep track if there's an imbalance of me freaking putting myself out there all the time with very little return, if any. And that's my condition, and I've been trying to break it my whole life, is trying to find people that are a match to me energetically. And I just can't fucking kind of find them because of my old programming. All the while trying to change my consciousness, you know, trying to stay positive, you know. Marge, the whole world isn't against you, Marge. Oh yeah, well then why can't I get any help? You know, because was just not the right time. That's just not the right way. It's not, you know. I'm ready for the right way. I'm ready for freaking to be a little, I just want a little, is it too much for a little peace of mind, a little serenity for a little while? You know, I haven't had a lot. I don't want more than I deserve, that's for sure. That's for sure. Anyway, I just had to come on and vent, get this stuff out of my head, make it smaller. It's just not easy, man. If you're alone in this world, I don't know. Good thing God hasn't taken us this far to drop us on our asses, huh, Ma? That's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.